21 TV. Oh, hello, viewers. This is Tim Michael from Screw Review. Bring you my 645 podcast. This is my 645 podcast. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to visualize during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. So once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you should get to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and anything else, let's get into the topic of this podcast. So basically, King Ultra has officially ended its season. I gotta say, I was honestly after how Dawn Brothers turned out, I was thinking that Dawn Brothers was just funny. Like don't get me. I feel like Dawn Brothers didn't have that. I think they focused too much on the comedy side, and it needed more drama to it. So basically, I figured that it gave. Honestly, I was not expecting them to do it like do their version of Endgame and King Oger. So basically, we got some Spider-Man references. The King Poof items were like kind of like Infinity Stones. Doug was like Thanos and whatnot. I was not expecting this. So basically, honestly, the story in King Oger was much better. I mean, the story and character development in King Oger was much better than Dawn Brothers. So, we really got more character development and a better story that made sense in King Oger than in Dawn Brothers. Honestly, I feel like Dawn Brothers was just like Teen Titans Go, but it just wants to be funny, but just trying to be funny, not taking it so too seriously. Not you know. Don't get me wrong, Dawn Brothers did have some character development, but it needed more. It needed more. Dawn Brothers didn't have a right balance between comedy and drama. So basically, that's what. But when it comes to Kyoto, it had the right balance. It had the right balance between when it needs to be funny, when it needs to be serious. So basically, a even balance between comedy, drama, and action. So basically, that's what they did. That's what Kyoto did. Honestly, I gotta say, who is the greatest character in Kyoto? It gotta be Kaguraga. Kaguraga, oh my god. Scheming Kaguraga, who does not love scheming Kaguraga? That's why I call him Kaguraga. That's his name. He's always scheming because you never know what you might expect from this dude. He will betray you, but it's always some good. It's always a scheme behind Kaguraga. So basically, Kaguraga is the best. It was the best character in Kyoto's. Now, I gotta say, the second best character gotta be Hemo. According to this, that Hemo out of all the Rangers, Hemo had the most wins for a female Ranger in Sentai history. This is true. Hemo took down a six Ranger and whatnot. And Hemo is the first Ranger that took down a six Ranger by herself, and that's one hell of a feat. Now I feel like the third best character is Rita. Rita looks like a person look like she should be a character from the Naruto world. So basically, if Kaguraga is number one, Hemo is number two, he was number two, and Rita is number three. Now, no, no. And fourth place, I did like Jiren. Jiren was a good character. So basically, Jiren comes in fourth place. Then we have Journey. I love the Spider-Man reference. So basically, this was a perfect time. This was a perfect the Spider-Man reference to Journey's character. There was some good Spider-Man reference throughout King-Ohger with Journey. So basically, him stringing, stringing like him calling up walls like Spidey, or like Spidey, or that, and plus some reference, some reference to the old Spider-Man cartoon was added as reference for in King Arthur as well. And honestly, I did like Yama as well, and but I just felt like it had better this series had a better when it came to building up kept us more engaged in the story than Dawn Brothers were. Never. I believe that each season, I believe that each Sentai series is like a great mystery show. So basically, it always builds up a mystery that, and once you get to that, get to the truth behind that mystery, that makes it better. So basically, you build a good story around a good mystery around character, a good mystery story that leads to a a good satisfying solution that needs to be solved. So basically, I think the main message or lesson of this series is we should not be discriminating. We should not discriminate. We should not be I'm gonna tongue tied. We should not discriminate against any others who are different from you. That was one of the main messages throughout the series. Like when it came to the Bugwa, they were painting. I know that the Bugwa were the main bad guys, but there was they were forced, they were painted as to be the bad guy against to how he was treated them and whatnot. So basically, discrimination. So basically, one of the so once again, we should not. I think one of the main lessons is we should not discriminate against others who are different from us. I think another good lesson was the importance of teamwork. So basically, throughout this series, the Rangers had their own agendas and for their countries, but at the same time, they had to learn to work together as a team to help not only their country, but help their fellow countries, their fellow nations, but also help save the universe as well. So basically, the important, so another lesson is the importance of working together as a team was another good lesson learned throughout this series. But but I think that the main lesson, the final main lesson of the series is that no, it's the find find it's the two definition of what a leader should finding your definition of what a leader should be. In this case, what finding your meaning, what a king or a queen should be. So basically, the Rangers, did for were reminded, and so were reminded why why they became leaders of the nation throughout the series. So basically, we see why Kakaraka came the leader of Tofu. We see why Rita became the leader and the leader of Goku. We see why Yama became the leader is a sofa. We see why we see why Hemo became the leader of Isabella. We see why Garen became the leader of Sugar, and we see why Jeremy became the leader of the Bugwa nation. So basically, we saw each of the motives from their perspective, and even though some were forced into their roles, some were giving their roles, some were giving their roles by a tragedy, but they took the responsible of their roles and basically and helped build their nations, without any questions asked. So basically, that is the main message here. The true meaning of being a leader, or in this case, the true meaning of being a king or a queen. The true leader of leadership in this, and that was the final main message of the series. So anyway, I'm not. I'm just saying the people behind this series did a good job. This was an excellent, solid Sentai. It kept you guessing. It had good comedy. It had good drama. It had good action as well. So basically, I gotta say, King Ogre is much better. I mean, much greater than Dawn Brothers was. Dawn Brothers was just like, it was just like Teen Titans Go. It was just, it didn't really took itself seriously. Seriously, so basically, so I consider Dawn Brothers as Teen Titans Go. This was a excellent. This is like, it's like, if you honestly, if you watch the original Teen Titans show, it's the fifth season. If they ever do a sixth season of the show, it would probably be mind blowing. So basically, I consider this season of King Ultra being like the sixth season of the original Teen Titans show, glorious and worth watching. So basically, what do you guys think about what do you guys think about the whole King Ultra series? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know. Please let me know. Anyway, sign off. One.